Hi everyone, it's Lisette and welcome to A Proverbs Home. I am so glad you could be here today. I hope that you are being very blessed in whatever it is you got going on in your life, that you had a wonderful weekend this past weekend, and that you're doing great. I want to say hi to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel, and I am so glad that you're here. Looking forward to getting to know you. And thank you to all my subscribers and friends that have been following me for quite a while now and have just been so encouraging, so kind. Thank you so much. Today I'm going to be talking about homemaking, but this is going to have a little twist. This is going to be hospitality while homemaking. We think of homemaking as canning. We think of homemaking as, cooking and cleaning and doing all these things for the home, which are great. And they're great that when we're doing, we keep our home clean. Those things are great. However, homemaking is also hospitality. And when we think about hospitality, what do we think of? We have family coming like during the holidays, or we have friends coming to stay over, or just visit for a Sunday brunch or lunch. And we think about, we want everything to just be nice and go smooth, whatever we're making to be just right for the people that are visiting. But do we do those things for the people that live with us, for our family? Do we do those things in our home on at least a consistent basis? Do we use our special dishes? Now, there's dishes that we only want to take out, right? When the family's coming over, we have guests coming over, we take out our special dishes. I love using paper plates. I have no problems with paper plates. Sometimes I don't want to wash dishes. So sometimes we'll put our meal on a paper plate and enjoy it and throw the paper plate out, and I have less dishes to wash. I always have some dishes, but not as much when I use paper plates. But sometimes we kind of put on the back burner those real special teacups, those special plates that we only use for special occasions. But what if we took out those plates and we use them for everyday meals to tell our family how special they are? What if we made sure that our bathrooms were clean, our towels were folded and clean, and everything in their place for the people that we love? I think hospitality is part of ministry. I think having a clean home and a nice home that's well put together is part of ministry. Now, I can't say that I always have my house tip-top shape every day. There are times that our schedule is so busy, that we're just going to work, coming home, going here, going there. We have ministry that we work with, that when we get home, I still have laundry that's dried in the dryer that I have not folded. The other day, I was in such a rush that I went on ahead and I threw the sheets in the washer and I didn't make my bed, like put the clean sheets on, till I came home that afternoon. I normally never do that. Usually my bed is made every morning. But it was one of those days where I had a busy day, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that. And then we have those times when we have a cup or dish in the sink. One thing I always try to do is keep my dishes clean and make sure there's no dishes in the sink for the next morning for a fresh start. But that doesn't mean I always put the dishes away. Sometimes I'll still have plates and cups in the dish rack, and then I'll put them away the next morning if I'm too tired. But for the majority of the time, I like to have my kitchen picked up and cleaned up. And sometimes we forget to do those little things for those who live in our household. And it's always good to incorporate, if we have children, our loved ones, to come in together with us and to be able for us to keep the home clean as a team. But this is a book I want to share with you. It's called The Complete Servant, Regency Life Below the Stairs. And when it's talking about below the stairs, it's talking about there was a time where the butlers and the maids, that's where they lived. They lived below the stairs. Okay, they lived in the other side of the house, away from the people that owned the home, the rich people, the people that would come out to eat. And many of the servants, they were never seen by the people that owned the home that they worked for. So let's say they were having a huge dinner in the dining room, or they were having some kind of gathering in the drawing room. They hardly ever saw the servants. The servants were to stay behind, which I think, that's the way it was back then. That's not the way it is now, but that's the way it was back then. So the servants, they would stay in the hall. They would stay in their separate quarters. They never ate with the family. They always ate in a separate servants' dining room. They had a separate servants' room for the servants. I'm sure if you watch Downtown Abbey, you've seen those kind of things, right? So things were very different back then, how they did things. And the butler was mainly the one that got paid the good money, and he was the one in charge of all the other butlers. He was the one that was in charge of kind of running the way things went, whether it was transportation, when it was things in the home. And then the head maid, she was the one in charge of all the maids. She took care of the tapestry. She took care of how everything went, the clothing, the hair of the mistress that lived in the home. Things were so different back then. But why don't we ever take care of our homes like we're the ones, like we take joy in our home? Why don't we ever take care of our homes in the way that they did back then? Like we have that kind of importance too. I want to read a little. I actually highlighted it for you so I could read it. So let me go on ahead and find it because I took my finger off the page. Now I'm going to go on ahead and read a little bit of what was the housekeeper's duty when she worked for the mistress, for the family, for the home. What was her duty? What was she supposed to be? How old was she? And the reason I was reading this because I was thinking, wow, this is very similar to us as homemakers and what we love to do for our homes. The situation of a housekeeper in almost every family is of great importance. She superintends nearly the whole of the domestic establishment, has generally the control and direction of the servants, especially the female servants. She has the care of the household furniture and linen, of all the groceries, dried and other fruits, spices, condiments, soap, candles, and stores of all kinds for culinary and other domestic purposes. She makes all the pickles, preserves, and sometimes the best pastries. She generally distills and prepares all the compounds and simple waters and spirits, essential and other oils, perfumey, cosmetics, and similar articles that are prepared at home for domestic purposes. In short, she is the locum tenens, the Lady Bountiful, and the active representative of the mistress of the family, and is expected to do or to see done everything that appertains to the good and orderly management of the household. She ought to be a steady, middle-aged woman of great experience in her profession and tolerable knowledge of the world. In her conduct, she should be moral and assiduous as the harmony, comfort, and economy of the family will greatly depend on her example. And she must know that no occurrence can be too trifling for her attention that may lead to these results, and whereby waste and unnecessary expense may be avoided. She was to know how to make perfumes, to know how to can. She was to be the one that was put together. She was to show that she was in control of her home. She was in control of the economy of the household. She was in control of the linens and everything that went on, and also of the maidservants. She was the one that was in control, so she had to be a strong lady. She couldn't be somebody that was here today, wishy-washy tomorrow, very not in control of her emotions. She had to be somebody that took charge. She was basically the manager of the home, of the establishment. Even though there was a mistress, right? She still took care of her home. And I think today we kind of forget that. We're forgetting that we're not just homemakers or just wives or, just somebody living in the home taking up space. We are managers and directors of our homes. Homemaking is more than just being at home, cooking and cleaning, or making a video that I'm cleaning up my house. It is about having that exemplary being strong. Being strong, first of all, having God in your life. And just having that take charge, manager boss attitude. Now, not like the boss, like you're going to go around yelling at your husband and your kids all the time and arguing with them and telling them, you better do this and you better do that. No, it's going and showing that you are in charge, that you take care of your home, that you know what you're doing, you know where the things are in your kitchen, you know how to save money, you know how to make different things, make perfume, make dishwashing detergent. You know how to do all these things in case the home is in need of that, in case you're on a budget and you can't always go out and buy different things or buy different soaps and different linens, that you know how to use what you have, that your family is in order. I think being a homemaker is an amazing thing. And I think that also taking care of your family, like you would be taking care of somebody that was coming to visit, taking out those nice dishes, setting your table, making those really nice meals that your family's going to enjoy, having your beds made, having your home neat and clean for your family. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, there are times we are too busy and we got things going on. We're taking kids to soccer practice, or you're taking your kids to dance class, or you're doing other things. But just being that woman, that Proverbs woman that I always talk about, knowing that your job at home, your position, your role is not just to cook and clean. It is to manage your home, to direct your home, to direct your family. This is a great book. Now, some things, do I agree? No. Okay, because this was way back in the days. I think the servants should have been treated, many of them weren't treated right, and they weren't paid great wages, but there were many places where people were treated right, were paid very well. The butlers were paid very well. The head maids were paid very well. And I just like to get little tips out of this book. It has like different cuts of beef that you can get, that you can tenderize. It just has different things in it, that it shows you how to go shopping, how to make your own perfume. This is a really great book. Really, really good book. I know as women, it's not always easy. We wear so many different hats. We do. We wear many, many different hats. But instead of looking at it from a negative sense, hey, Elijah, this is my new cat, Elijah. I know you all haven't seen him in a while. But there's so many different ways that we can still run our homes. And he wants to play. We can still run our homes and be hospitable to our families. Take out those nice dishes. I'm going to insert also at the end of this video a couple of clips from the conference that I went on. It's not going to be a whole lot, just a couple. You'll meet my friend Debbie in those clips. So let's go on ahead and let's check it out. Hi everyone, welcome to A Proverbs Home. I am at a women's conference this weekend, and I'm here with my really best friend Debbie. She's not in the room right now, but I kind of wanted to show you around the room really quick. We're at basically near the Catskills, and we're just having a really nice time at this women's conference and being refreshed in the Lord. And you know how we all need to kind of get away and just be refreshed in God. So I will film a little bit throughout this conference this weekend. I won't film a whole lot because I don't want to have a camera and people think I'm filming them and putting them on camera. So I'll try to get their permission. So let's go on ahead and let me just show you my room. I have a small bed, but it's a nice time. So this is my tiny bed. Here I bought my nice soft blanket, and I have my bed, and then this is just part of the room. My roommate's size, she picked a bigger bed, but that's fine. I didn't really care. It's a kind of a comfortable bed. It's always hard when you go somewhere to try to sleep. I just don't sleep very well when I go to different places. It takes me a couple of nights or one night before I decide I'm gonna sleep well. So and then they have these really quilted picture frames up, and those little pieces of quilts in there, and I thought that was really pretty. I'll show you this one. Just really nice. And we have these nice mirrors in here. I won't show you the bathroom. It's just a bathtub and a toilet. You know what that looks like. And then over here, let me show you outside. This is where we are. Isn't that beautiful? So that's where we are right now. And I have to tell you the whole story behind this whole trip this weekend. I will let you know that when I'm back home and I show you this video. I'm going to tell you what happened. But yeah. So it's a lot bigger. It's really nice. And now we're going to go out and we're going to have lunch. Okay, so we had an auction today actually. I was going to take video of all the auction stuff we had out. But the auction's already over. But Debbie's going to show you what she got in her auction. This is my friend Debbie. Debbie, you want to say hi to everybody? So she's going to show you what she got. And I'll show everybody at the end of this video what I got. Oh, that's so pretty. Let me see. Wow. And it says love. That's beautiful, Debbie. That's really pretty. So she got that. And she got... Sure, and she got that. Wow, that's real nice. What does it say?
By faith, I can do all things through
Christ who strengthens me.
Know how the cartoon has
Yep.
all different.
Uh-huh.
That's why I picked these two. And then there was
Wow.
the table.
Oh, you could put
the
your
last
family,
side-
your picture of
the
you and your
last
husband.
supper.
Yeah, that's
I
beautiful.
never ever had
Really?
the last supper.
Yeah, that's... And this is where we have our auction, and all the ladies bring something from home that they no longer actually use, and they make a basket with different things. We put them on the tables, and that auction money goes to the women's conference, and we give it to maybe a lady that can't afford to come to the conference. They pay for her to come. So that's where the auction money goes.